Hazel didn't sleep after the voice at her window. She sat on the edge of her bed, watching the darkness give way to gray morning light, the note clutched in her trembling hands. Trust no one. The words felt like a curse, a warning that had come too late. Downstairs, she heard voices, her father's, low and tense, and another voice, unfamiliar, sharp. Hazel moved to the top of the stairs, her footsteps silent on the carpet. Through the banister, she could see her father standing by the fireplace, his shoulders rigid. Across from him stood a man in a dark suit, tall, composed. Everything about him screamed authority. The stranger turned as Hazel descended the stairs, his eyes locking onto her with an intensity that made her skin crawl. Hazel Walker, I presume. His voice was smooth, too smooth. Her father stepped forward quickly. Hazel, this is Mr. Greaves. He's here about Liam. Greaves offered a thin smile that didn't reach his eyes. I'm investigating your friend's disappearance. I was hoping you might be able to help. Hazel's heart hammered, but she kept her expression neutral. I already told my father. I haven't seen Liam. Greaves tilted his head slightly, studying her. Your father? Yes. But I'm not your father, Miss Walker. I'm someone who understands the bigger picture. He took a step closer. Your friend was involved in something dangerous. Something that goes far beyond a simple missing person case. And I believe you know more than you're telling. Before Hazel could respond, Greaves reached into his coat and produced an envelope. He held it out to her. This was found near where Liam was last seen. I believe it's addressed to you. Hazel's breath caught. The handwriting on the envelope was unmistakable, Liam's. Her fingers trembled as she took it, her father's warning gaze burning into her from across the room. Greaves watched her reaction carefully, his expression unreadable. Whatever Liam told you, Miss Walker, I'd advise you to be very careful about what you do with that information. Some truths are dangerous, and some people will do anything to keep them buried. With that, he turned and walked toward the door, pausing only to glance back. For your sake, I hope you make the right choices. The door closed behind Greaves, leaving a suffocating silence in his wake. Andrew turned to Hazel, his face pale. What did Liam tell you? Nothing, Hazel said, but her voice wavered. Dad, what's going on? Who was that man? Andrew's jaw tightened. Someone you need to stay away from. Hazel, I need you to listen to me. Whatever Liam was involved in, it's not something you want to be part of. Then tell me the truth. Hazel's voice rose, frustration boiling over. What exactly is going on here? How is all of these connected to our family? Dad. Andrew's shoulders sagged, years of buried grief surfacing in his expression. There's a group, he said quietly. They call themselves the Accord. They operate in shadows, controlling things most people never see. Politicians, corporations. They pull strings, and the world dances. He looked away, unable to meet her eyes. His voice broke. Your mother and I, we discovered something about them. Something they couldn't let get out. I tried to expose them, went undercover, gathered evidence, but they found out. And they made sure I understood what happens to people who threaten them. Your mother paid the price for my actions, Hazel. They took her from us. And I've spent every day since trying to keep you safe from the same fate. The room spun. Hazel felt like the ground had been pulled from beneath her feet. Everything she thought she knew about her life, her mother's death, her father's distance, it had all been a lie. Or rather, a carefully constructed shield. Liam knows, she whispered, doesn't he? That's why he's been acting strange. That's why he disappeared. Andrew nodded slowly. Liam found journals I'd hidden, evidence I'd collected. He confronted me about it months ago. I begged him not to get involved, but he wouldn't listen. He said someone had to fight back. Hazel's hands shook as she opened the envelope Greaves had given her. Inside was a single sheet of paper, Liam's handwriting hurried and desperate. Hazel, if you're reading this, it means I couldn't keep my promise. but you can still uncover the truth. Start at the old house. Be careful who you trust. Even those who claim to help might be watching for them. Below the message was a crude map, marking a location at the edge of town. The old house where they used to play as children. That evening, Hazel sat in her room, Liam's note spread on her desk beside the first cryptic warning. 2 pieces of a puzzle she was only beginning to see. Her father had forbidden her from investigating, had begged her to let it go, to stay safe. But how could she? Liam was out there, somewhere, fighting a war her father had started. A war that had cost her mother everything. Her phone vibrated, the sound cutting through the silence like a blade. A no number. The message was short, direct, terrifying. The old house, tonight. Come alone or your father pays. Hazel stared at the message, her mind racing. It could be a trap. Probably was a trap. But if there was even a chance that Liam was there, that he needed her, she couldn't walk away. And if they were threatening her father, she couldn't risk ignoring it. She grabbed her jacket and the flashlight from her drawer. Her fingers brushed against her mother's pendant one last time before she slipped out her window into the night. The old house waited in the darkness, and with it, answers she wasn't sure she was ready to face. But ready or not, it seems Hazel was done running from the truth.